Good morning, students. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome to another lecture of English class. Today, we will discuss Chapter 2 of Literature Reader. The name of the chapter is We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. It is written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. So, students, this story is about the determination and togetherness of a family. A family that defied the odds and torturous weather to achieve a nearly impossible feat. Their courage and love for each other helped them survive fearsome storm and desperation to survive and finish the journey they set out to complete. It was a long sea voyage that they had planned, about 105,000 kilometers, to be completed in 3 years. So it was a big deal how they survived in this whole journey. The chapter is all about that. So before we discuss the chapter, let us read about the author. Gordon Cook, he was a sailor from Gloucestershire, England. The story is an excerpt from his voyage account, Schooner to the Southern Oceans. Gordon vowed to sail in his own ship and repeat Captain James Cook's final voyage, which he had taken in 1776. Almost after 200 years later, in 1976, he had planned the same voyage around the world. In his personalized boat, the name of the boat was Wave Walker, and it was professionally built. And it had been tested in the roughest weather for months. And the whole family, they had really worked so hard for this voyage to prepare themselves for this voyage. Fine. So what the chapter is all about. It is written by Gordon Cook and Alan East. The story is about a 37-year-old businessman who is the narrator of the story. He has a wife named Mary and 2 children, Jonathan, aged 6, and Suzanne, the daughter, aged 7. He and his wife both dream of a voyage around the world on their ship, Wave Walker, which is a 23-meter long, 30-ton wooden hull, just like that of the famous Captain James Cook. So this journey, it was inspired, as I told you earlier, also inspired by Captain James Cook, who had taken this voyage around the earth in his own boat, and it was around 200 years before, that is in 1776. And after that, in 1976, this family, Gordon Cook and his family, they had planned this sea voyage. The whole family started sailing from Plymouth, England on July 17, 1976. The initial phase of the 3-year-long journey was from Africa to Cape Town. So the whole journey, it was divided into 3 legs. It was pleasant. The first leg was very pleasant. It just went on very smoothly. While heading east, along with 2 newly hired crewmen, strong waves hit them and their survival became a question. The story tells us about how they fought each day and survived till the end. It's a very beautiful episode, how the family united together, how they faced this calamity, and how they came out of this successfully as a winner. The story is all about that. Very beautifully portrayed. So let us discuss the story. Let us start it. Okay, before we start, here is the list. Here is a photograph that I found about the passengers. The narrator, he is a captain, 37 years old businessman. Then Mary, she is the captain's wife. Suzanne, she is a daughter, 7 years old. And Jonathan, son, he is 6 years old only. And then we have crew members, 2 crew members he had hired. One was American, he was Larry Vigil, and another was Swiss, his name was Herb Sigler. Fine. So these were the all 6 people who were traveling in that boat. Let us start with the summary. The narrator and his wife plan a voyage around the world just like famous Captain James Cook. They have been preparing and perfecting their seafaring skills for the past 16 years. Seafaring skills means they were preparing themselves to have that voyage to survive in any direst of condition in the sea for the last 16 years. That's why professionally they had built this boat wave walker, and they had tested this wave walker in all the roughest conditions. They were just testing कि हर एक कंडीशन में वेव वॉकर जो है वो सर्वाइव कर पाएगा या नहीं. If not, then what are the amendments that we had to do, and they were doing the same for the last 16 years. So it was a very long, if you just imagine this thing, 1,05,000 kilometers long journey, that to the sea voyage, and that too totally on their own. So they didn't know about the weather, about the natural disasters, nothing. They could not apprehend that time. So it was simply their gut feeling that they were just totally relying on, and they just wanted to prepare themselves wholeheartedly in all the perfect manner. Fine. So it took them at least 16 years. He was so passionate about this journey that it took him 16 long years to prepare for that. Fine. So they get a ship which is 23 meters long and weighs 30 tons, wooden hulled, named Wave Walker. Sorry. They test it in the rough weather for months. In July 1976, they all start their journey from Plymouth, England. It's a city in England. They sail from Africa to Cape Town, which was quite a pleasant journey, and they were quite happy for that. And afterwards, before heading east, the narrator hired 2 crewmen. पहले वो वहाँ तक केप टाउन तक they were all alone, the family. Afterwards, they hired 2 crewmen, Larry Vigil and Herb Segler. It was the name of the people. One was American and another one was Swiss, to help them tackle one of the roughest sea, the southern Indian Ocean. So it is considered as the roughest because the climate is totally unpredictable. They encounter strong and alarming waves during the second day. By December 25, they all managed to reach 35,000 kilometers east of Cape Town. The family somehow manages to surpass the bad weather and celebrates Christmas together. अब होता क्या है, for the next few weeks they encounter strong gales. हवाएं तेज चल रही थी. Gales is the ocean winds. So हवाएं तेज चल रही थी. That is just a very routine thing. So they were not frightened at all. And they blew continuously. चलते रहे वो. The size of the waves was really alarming, but they were quite used to that. They went up to 15 meters, as high as their mainmast. But still they celebrated the Christmas in spite of rough weather. They celebrated 25th December, Christmas Day, amidst that bad weather, but they were quite happy that they were having a very good family time. Fine. So this was how their journey began. Afterwards, what happens? The weather changes for the worse, and on January 2, the big waves hit them. They try to slow the ship down by dropping storm jib and hit a heavy mooring rope in a loop across a stern, but it doesn't help much. So because of the very high, very alarming waves, they just wanted to stop the ship there only, and they just tried that, but it was endless big waves. They came rolling towards them, and the wind was it was screaming. To slow the boat down, they just tried their level best. They just dropped the storm jib, but it did not help. What they did, they attached lifelines, put on oilskins and life jackets, and they just prepared themselves for any worse condition that they had to face. So they were expecting कि इतना मौसम जो है इतना बुरा हो गया है, इतनी ऊंची ऊंची लहरें उठ रही थी, उनका जो शिप था वो कंट्रोल नहीं हो रहा था, it was getting out of control, and they, in that situation, they had prepared themselves for any kind of a worse situation. Fine. The first sign of the coming disaster came at about 6 p.m. So later in the evening, a vertical and huge wave strikes the ship, and the narrator is thrown off from the ship. वो एकदम से उसको शिप से बाहर जो है वो फेंक देती हैं, जो नीचे गिरा देती हैं जो वेव्स थी. The first sign of the coming disaster, it was in the evening and the wind dropped, the sky grew dark. अब इतनी देर में क्या होता है, actually how it happened. So first you have to visualize this thing, how it happened, because they will ask you कि what was the condition, what was the climate at the time when the huge wave hit the wave walker. So it was, जैसे कहते हैं ना तूफान से पहले की शांति, तो it was just like the sky grew dark and then came a growing roar that changed into a thunder. बहुत ही जोर से आवाज आई तूफान की. A tremendous explosion took place and it shook the deck. A wall of green and white water broke over the ship. खूब सारा पानी आकर जो है वो उनकी शिप के ऊपर वो आया, because that was a wave, a 15-meter high wave. He accepts his approaching death, and the narrator, he just felt ki okay, I'm not going to survive after this. It was such a disastrous thing, and starts losing consciousness. When the ship is about to overturn, a huge wave hit again and turns it right back. अब उस वेव की वजह से क्या हुआ, जो शिप था वो नीचे पानी में डूबने लगा. It was capsizing. Wave walker, it started capsizing. वो पानी में डूबने लगा. लेकिन अचानक ही what happened? Another wave came and it simply just put it back. जो wave walker था उसने उसको दोबारा से उसको turn it right back. He suffers injuries in ribs and mouth. His mouth were totally full of blood, and he grabs the guardrail and sails into the ship's main boom. और वो जो main boom था, जो main pole था, उसको पकड़ के he just tried to control that, because now wave walker, it was totally out of control. वो पूरी तरह से जो है अपना कंट्रोल जो है खो चुके थे. उसको चोट बहुत लगी थी. His mouth was totally filled with blood and broken teeth. And suddenly the front door was thrown open and his wife Mary appeared. She cried, "We are sinking." अब क्योंकि उस वजह से जो वेव वॉकर था, जो बोट थी, उसको भी नुकसान पहुंचा था, तो मैरी आती है, वो कहती है कि हम डूब रहे हैं. क्यों? क्योंकि शिप में बोट में बहुत सारा पानी जो है वो भर गया था. एंड इट वॉज ब्रोकन टू, उसको सैबोटेज हो गया था, वो टूट गया था. एंड both the crewmen, Larry and the another one, Herb, they were just pumping like madmen. They were just trying to throw the water out of that ship. He instructs his wife Mary to guard the wheel as he realizes that the ship has water in lower parts. अब उसको भी तब तक थोड़ा, when he just gained his consciousness, he just had control. He realized कि because the ship was broken. You can remember the scenes from the movie Titanic if you have watched that. So you can easily relate to it, because that had hit the iceberg and here the wave had damaged the boat, and that's why the water was sinking in. It was peeping in, and that was the reason that the boat was slowly capsizing. वो डूब रहा था. The narrator goes to his children's cabin. He just wanted to confirm whether the kids are okay or not and checks on them. His daughter Sue informs him about a bump on her head, which he ignores because his major concern is to save the ship. तो जाकर पूछता है, तो वो उसकी बेटी जो होती है वो कहती है उसको, क्योंकि इतनी ज़ोर से वो एक जर्क लगा था, झटका लगा था, जिसकी वजह से उसको सिर पर हेड इंजरी हुआ था. And when she tells ki I have got this bump, so he totally ignored that, because that was literally at that moment it was very minor thing for him. The major part was to save his family, to just get the control back of that wave walker. Fine. So the narrator does waterproofing on the gaping holes. He just tried his level best. He took the canvas, he took all the equipment, and he just went on and he started mending the gaping holes from where the water was coming. And this makes water to deviate on the right side. The hand pump gets blocked due to debris and electric pump gets short-circuited. Now that was another issue. जो हैंड पंप था उसका, जिससे दे वर जस्ट पुटिंग आउट द वाटर, व्हाट हैपेंड, इट द डेब्री, जो कचरा था, जो ऑल द थिंग्स वर फ्लोटिंग अराउंड द शिप, इट हैड ब्लॉक्ड दैट. एंड द अनदर वन, द इलेक्ट्रिक वन, इट वाज शॉर्ट सर्किटेड बिकॉज ऑफ वाटर. So that was another issue. But however, it was their good fortune that he later finds a spare electric pump and connects it to drain the water. They all keep pumping the water all night long. So this was a total 15 hours they had to be in that situation. You can imagine 15 long hours they had to face that wave, the very ferocious this climate, and the waves and the winds and water, everything. And the whole night they were just pumping out the water. Their mayday calls are not answered as they are in the remotest corner of the world. Now, the mayday calls, they are the SOS, Save Our Souls calls. Mayday calls, they are made by the people who are stuck in any kind of this journey, whether they are in the air journey or the sea journey. They were trying to connect themselves with the through the radio station, but since the weather was very it was not that good, and they were not able to connect to the people on the ground, on the what do you say, control room. And so they were not going to get any kind of help, and their mayday calls, they were also not being answered in that remotest area because of lack of signal. Fine. Now what happens next? Sue, the daughter, on the other hand, has now a swollen black eye and a deep cut in her arm. Later on, when everything, the things were getting normalized, they were just trying to get control over that. जो उसकी बेटी थी सुजैन, Sue, उसके जो head injury था, it was really very severe. She had that bump. It was a very large one, swollen black eye, and she had a deep cut on her arm also. On being asked by her father about her injuries, she tells him she didn't want him to worry as he was trying to save them. Now that was coming from a child of 7 years old. You can easily imagine that they were trying to survive in that atmosphere for 15 long hours, and that child of 7 years old, when her father, he asked her whether you are hurt or is it paining. So she said, okay, it's okay, you just don't worry, you just keep your focus on a major thing, and I'm so proud that you are trying to save our family. After 15 hours, the situation gets under control. Somehow the things were normalized. The narrator decides to work in a rotation and rests. Now, for so much, it's so long. They were working so hard, all the adults on the boat, all the 4 people. So now they were working turn by turn. They were working 2 hours, and then other people, they were just having the rest because it was totally exhausting for them. The water levels are controlled, but the leaks were still there below the waterline. Somehow they could manage to control the sipping of the water, but still some minor injuries were still there. So water was coming into that boat, and it was not that safe to travel in that boat for so long. They really wanted to rest, to have some ground, some island where they can repair their ship again properly. The ship was in a bad shape, and it is not in a condition to reach Australia. So their next destination was Australia, which was not feasible with this kind of a ship. And so they decide to reach the nearest island, L'Amsterdam, a French scientific base. So according to his own study, what he just tried to just make up which is the nearest island or nearest land where we can just stop and get a halt and get our ship mended. So after all the calculations, he could calculate that L'Amsterdam, it was a French base. So that was the nearest one, and they were just planning to find that what do you say, island, and just stop there for some moment. As their supporting engines were also damaged, the chances of the ship to reach the destination was very low, and they were not quite hopeful that they will reach the destination very soon or very safely. After pumping the water out continuously for 36 hours, they took a sigh of relief. Now they were a bit relieved. Only a few centimeters of water was left to be pumped out of the boat. They hoisted the storm jib as the main mast was destroyed. So this is the mast which gives a direction, which controls the speed and the balance of the ship. It was totally damaged, and they somehow just fastened that storm jib. And they ate their first meal in 2 days. Just imagine. sorry, that in 2 long days they were able to have their first meal after when the things were normalized. Some corned beef and crackers they could find, because everything was all the eatables, they were simply washed away. The weather soon started changing, and again the black clouds took over by the morning of January 5. Now, January 5, again the weather it again deteriorated, and they were quite desperate to reach the island, because in that situation, earlier Wave Walker was in a good condition, so that it could bear that what do you say, the wave. But now if the tide comes, if the wave comes, the Wave Walker was not in that situation to simply bear with that, so they were totally desperate to reach the island as soon as possible. Now his son Jonathan told him that he didn't fear death as long as they were all together. Now what was this? The junior one, that his son John, he asked his father. It is in the text. When you will go through the text, you will come across that. Daddy, are we going to die? He asked his father, and his father tried to assure him that they would make it. वो जितने छोटे से बच्चे को वो उसको कंसोल करने की कोशिश करता है कि नहीं बेटा, we will reach there, we are not going to die. And that 6-year-old child, he says, from where we get our title of the chapter, he says, it's okay, I don't worry, we aren't afraid of dying if we can all be together. कहता मुझे मरने से डर नहीं लगता, अगर हम सब लोग, पूरी फैमिली अगर हम इकट्ठे हैं तो आई कैन फेस डेथ ऑल्सो. सो दोज वर द वर्ड्स. द नरेटर, ही वॉज टोटली स्पीचलेस. His father, he was totally speechless, and that evening he sat, and he was really very sad. He sat with his wife Mary, and they both together, they hold their hands, and they felt that their end was very near. Though he didn't want to show it in front of his kids, but he just realized that it may be possible that in this situation, if the weather is again deteriorating, I'm not going to make it, and our family, we are going to die altogether. The struggle continued, and the narrator tried his best to protect the weakened starboard side. The same evening, the narrator and his wife sat together holding hands, thinking that their end was near. His children continuously supported him, which gave him moral support to keep going. So intrinsically, he was feeling that they will die, but he wanted to save them. The faith that the children, they were having in their father, for the kids, the fathers are the superheroes. So they just wanted to, okay, our father, he is such a superhero, such a good captain, he will save us. So that was the faith of his kids, which was prompting him to save them from that situation. The Wave Walker sailed through the storm and made it, and somehow that situation, it passed. The narrator then calculated their exact position by working on the wind speed, and he just rechecked his own calculations. They were somewhere in 105,000 kilometers of ocean, looking for a 65-kilometer wide island, the Lea Amsterdam, for which they were searching for. It was such a huge ocean, and they were just finding a 65 kilometers dia of that island, and they didn't have the equipment also just to make the correct guesses. While he was brainstorming, Sue gave him a card that she had made expressing her love and gratitude towards the family. And both of them, they were quite excited and happy. Actually, they were the kids, and they felt this thing, okay, our father, he is just making every effort to save us, and he will save us. So they were quite excited, and she also made a very beautiful card in which she had thanked her father for whatsoever he was doing to save his family. He instructed Larry to steer the course to 185 degrees. He said that if they were lucky, they could hope to find an island by 5 p.m. अब उसने अपना कैलकुलेशंस वगैरह किया. उसने लैरी को बोला कि तुम जाकर इस तरह 185 डिग्रीज पे जो है वो उसको टर्न करो, और अगर हम लकी रहे तो बाय 5 o'clock वी विल रीच द आइलैंड. एंड आफ्टर दैट ही जस्ट वेंट टू स्लीप, टू जस्ट डोज ऑफ, बिकॉज ही वॉज क्वाइट एग्जॉस्टेड आफ्टर द लेबर ऑफ so many days. He dozed off and suddenly got up around 6 p.m. शाम को 6 बजे उसकी अचानक से आंख खुलती है. He believed that they didn't make it and was disappointed. Now, because he was assuming to reach there by 5 o'clock, it was already 6 when he checked the watch, and he felt really disappointed. Ki, okay, we have missed that. But his son came and informed him about how they reached the Le Amsterdam island, and he called him best daddy and best captain. वो उसको हक करता है and he thanks him, he loves him, and he said कि you are the best daddy, you are the best captain. Finally, we have reached Le Amsterdam. They reached the island with little struggle and with the help of inhabitants. The whole team, the family and 2 crew members never stopped trying. Their struggle and hard work finally saved them. और उन्होंने जो उस हिम्मत बना के रखी उसकी वजह से वो वहाँ पर जो है बच गए. And afterwards, in the last of the chapter, they just inform you that Sue, she had to undergo a few surgeries to get that bump removed, and it was a very severe injury, and for a 7-year-old girl, but still so bravely she faced that, and she did not bother her family, she did not bother her father about the injury, and all of them, they were so brave to face that the calamity, and how they just came out of that. So that is the strength of a family when in dire situations they all stuck together. That is simply about this chapter. Fine, I just hope that you must have understood. Again, I will recommend you, please go through the original text. It will be helpful for you to understand the chapter. Most of the most of the incidents, most of the episodes that I have tried to cover in this summary. So what is the moral now? What lesson do we learn from this chapter? So basically, this story, it exhibits extraordinary and exemplary courage, grit and skill by a family. In the face of adversity, it is an inspiring tale of human endurance, selflessness and optimistic fervor. Ki when we have this positive attitude in life, we can face any of the situation. The most important lesson that we learn from such hazardous experiences when we are face to face with death is not to lose hope under any circumstances. At times, life presents very dire situations, but if one is optimistic about finding a solution and overcomes the odds, one will always be successful. अगर हमने ठान लिया है, we have the grit, we have the determination, we have the endurance, we can face any dire, any very difficult situation in life. That is the basic moral that we learn from this chapter. Fine. So students, with this we come to the some short questions which you have to attempt. Most of them I have discussed while discussing the chapter. So one by one we will take them. Whom did the narrator and his family want to duplicate and why? Here you will mention the journey that the Captain Cook he has taken. So he wanted to duplicate that journey. And then describe the narrator's boat. In the chapter, we are not afraid to dive if we can all be together. So here you will discuss all the details of Wave Walker. How it was built, why it was built, that all I have mentioned there. It was a 23-meter 30-ton wooden hull, and it was tested in all the different situations. That all you have to discuss here. Fine. Now next comes how did they pass the first leg of their journey? The first leg of the journey, it was quite happy. They were quite, it was very smooth, and they very pleasantly from Africa to Cape Town, they had just traveled in that first phase. And how it happened, and the actual trouble, it started after crossing the Cape Town. The first leg it was quite smooth. What were the first indications of the impending disaster that ultimately struck them on January 2? So here you will discuss all the, which I said, ki the wind dropped, there was silence, it was silence, the sky immediately grew dark, then came a growing roar and a huge vertical wave. It almost twice the height of the other waves. It came roaring towards the ship. So this you have to mention here. Next comes, what precautions did the narrator, the captain, take when huge waves struck the boat on January 2? So here also you will say that the storm jib was dropped, and what they did, they just they life raft drill they started. They attached lifelines, oilskins, and life jackets they donned. And Larry and Herb, they were continuously pumping water out like madmen. Everything you have to discuss what they did to save Wave Walker from that water. Who were Larry and Herb? What role did they play? Here also we will discuss. They were the crewmen which he had hired to help him during this journey, and their role, they played a very crucial role in that disaster. They just saved Wave Walker. They helped the family to survive in that situation. How did Sue hurt herself, and how did she bear the injury? That also you will discuss the whole episode, how she got injured. Then why and when did the captain send mayday calls? What was the response? Because he wanted to get some help, to fetch some help from the base, from the control room. And why it could not be answered? Because of the bad weather. The signals could not be caught. Describe the situation on January 4. Why did the narrator and Mary feel that the end was very near? Because again the weather had started deteriorating, and the ship was totally wrecked, and they were not in a situation to mend it, to repair it on their own. And that was the reason they were thinking that if sooner we do not get any help or any island to just to mend it, to repair it, then we are going to die. Why did Jonathan ask for a hug and called him the best daddy and the best captain in the world? Because they were able to, because of his all hardship and his calculations and his endeavors, they were able to reach that Le Amsterdam. Describe Le Amsterdam. How did its inhabitants behave with the newcomers? They helped them. There were only 28 inhabitants on that island, Le Amsterdam, and they helped them to repair. They provided them food. They provided them first aid. So that was they helped them to mend that Wave Walker so that they can reach Australia. Justify the title, We Are Not Afraid to Die If We Can All Be Together. Here you will simply give the synopsis of the story, how the family, the unity of the family, the love, the togetherness that helped them to come out of this situation. And the last question is a long answer question. Here you have to describe the behavior of the narrator and his family, particularly of his children, John and Sue, during the voyage. So here in this chapter, basically this is also the sum up of the chapter. You will take one by one. First, you will discuss the role of the narrator as a father, as a captain, how he behaved, how he performed. Then Mary as a wife, as a mother, and as a helper to the captain. Then the kids, Sue and Jonathan, how they helped their family to face that situation. You will discuss one by one. Fine. So with this, I am just winding up this chapter, class 11. I just hope that you must have understood. Still, if you have any issues, any doubts, any queries, you can contact me on your WhatsApp groups which have been formed. Please try to complete all the assignments in time and do submit them in your respective WhatsApp groups. Fine. So till then, take care of yourselves. Stay home. God bless you all.